The Weekly Terry.
Dun dun dun, 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 dun.
It's nice to share like some of the stuff that's going on with him because we do communicate with Terry Matalas on a personal level to some degree. Not we're not buddies or nothing, but we could be buddies. It could happen.
We could be buddies. We could be buddies,
Terry,
Terry.
if you're out there, you want to have a beer, talk about it. Let's give me a call. But the reality is the trolls just won't give up out there. I don't understand why everybody's so upset about the Titan retrofit. He's getting so much crap for the way the Titan looks. When I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's like the perfect blend of like classic Trek and like current, stuff they're doing with the starship. So I don't get it.
Yeah, why is everyone losing their mind about this such a super innocuous thing? I don't.
Yeah, they just keep harassing him about it. And it's funny. He's like, he keeps blocking people or whatever, but it's funny, you're seeing less and less people interacting with fans on Twitter, and I'm telling you, he's just going to disappear if people keep messing with him. I told him just block him and move on. There's more positive people out there. What happens? And anyways,
yeah. And the weirdest thing is I get artist subjective, but this wasn't like a huge change. It's literally it's such a minor thing, and from our perspective, it looks great. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway,
well, and it's not like it's the Enterprise. Like if it was the Enterprise and it looked totally different, I could see there being a lot of opinions. But it's the Titan. It's not like we've seen a lot of the Titan anyways, right?
Right.
So it's like, why are you getting upset about the ship that probably in Picard season 3 you're going to see more of it than you've ever seen? So yeah. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, if you want to get upset about the Titan, get upset about the ship that Riker was using at the end of season 1, and then they took that ship and they literally controlled C, controlled V on the screen and just copy and paste it the same exact ship 400 times. That was clearly someone mailing it in, and that's something to complain about, not someone lovingly bringing this ship to life.
That's well said. I think it's well said. So anyways, the Weekly Terry, we got some good stuff here. I just realized all the links I posted of his specific tweets, I actually posted twitter.com/Terry Matalas. So it's not, I don't have the specific tweets.
I have it. Yeah.
Do you? Okay, so let's go with.
It's interesting because Shane was like, hey, I sent you the link. I'm like, you mean to twitter.com? Yes. Yeah, thank you. I didn't know what that website was.
Okay, I'm officially old. You got it. Okay, you got it.
I got the tweet.
So pull up the first one here, and this is the big news one. Yeah, let's pull this. Let's talk about this one. So we got this here. It says, "Hey, at Terry Matalas, will this be mentioned or addressed in Star Trek 3? Blink once for yes or 2 for no."
And what is it?
And the question is it's a poll. Best Beverly and Wesley moment. Goodbye Wesley in Journey's End. Looks Beverly Crusher, Wesley Crusher, Star Trek TNG, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I think they're talking about the fact that he left the ship.
The fact are they going to address Wesley? Are they going to address Wesley and Beverly? Because they did not have. You got to remember, he bailed, and that's the last time we know he's ever seen his mom, right?
Right. And then he became a traveler and a magic Doctor Who figurine.
Right. So what did Terry say about this?
Blinks once.
Oh, it's the giveaway. I love that. Look at that Napoleon
Here's
Dynamite
the deal,
character there,
boys.
Yes. So that means that we're going to get a Wesley Crusher, Beverly Crusher moment, which I don't know if we necessarily were yes, we got to have that, but it would be interesting to see how he responds to seeing his mom again after being gone for so long, right?
Yeah. Okay. So there's there's ways this can be paid off correctly or incorrectly, or also just fan service wise. First option is they do address it in the sense where Beverly has some exposition where she talks about her son being a traveler. That can be the most minor way. The second way is we can actually have Wesley Crusher in the series in some regard, but I would argue that would be a bad idea, and I'll tell you why. He is a traveler. Like that would be an OP.
Right.
That would be a very overpowered ally to have.
And I think it's going to be an innocuous thing that happens in the show, because I don't think Terry would have given it away if Wesley was going to play like a big role. Like, let's say he's going to take Picard off with the Travelers, or if he was going to play some sort of pivotal role in the story that was more of a surprise. I don't think Terry would have given that away to us.
All right.
So it's going to be innocuous. Somebody over here said, Doomed Hus said, Wesley was in Nemesis. You're right. He was sitting there in Nemesis. His speaking part was cut. So he did see his mom at that point, but
that was a deleted scene, right?
No, we see him. We see him.
Oh, we actually see him.
Yeah, we do. But his speaking line was cut. So I guess what I'm saying is we haven't seen any interaction between Wesley and his mom now that he's a traveler.
That's interesting.
Or an explanation. He needs to,
Well,
to hear something from him.
Well, there's multiple problems here, actually. Okay, so he went off with that pedophile guy to do whatever he's going to do. I forgot his name. I'm sorry.
He's a traveler. Who cares?
Oh, and he was. Oh, that's right. You're right. My bad. And then he just sort of shows up at the wedding. Then
we don't know. All we see is the wedding.
Right. So someone made a mistake there, and like they forgot that he was supposed to be off traveling. I
don't know if anybody made a mistake. They just didn't explain it. I mean, who says a traveler can't come? Obviously, a traveler can come because the traveler who came and got Wesley was hanging out on the Enterprise. So there's no reason, I guess, that Wesley can't come back. I mean, we don't understand what the travelers are. Like somehow they're like tied to Gary 7, which
listen, that's the biggest sin for me from Picard season 2 was
100%.
was making the Gary 7 race travelers. That was the biggest sin. Like,
that was awful.
You ruined a question that I've had my entire Trekkie life, and you've taken it and you've given it the absolute worst answer. Like,
and it could have been done so much cooler than that. And it's like, here's what I would say, and I really hope that we tie. I hope that when come Picard season 3, we don't tie up loose ends for the sake of tying up loose ends.
Right.
Like, we didn't need to have Gary 7's story explained to us. We didn't need that to be answered in Picard season 2. And they did it with a Romulan that made absolutely zero sense. Like, the whole thing was weird. A Romulan helping Earth. It just didn't make sense to the whole story.
Yeah, it was clear that they just wanted to cast the same person that had a contract.
Right. So everything we know about Picard season 3, though, is that Terry is not going to make those types of mistakes. Now, he kind of keeps joking with me all the time. He's like, I hope you really do like it. I hope you do like Picard season 3, because we keep saying, we think it's going to be good because we know Rob has seen it, and we line up with Robert Meyer Burnett on our thoughts, especially for Star Trek. So, if he says it's great, then for us, we know we're going to like it.
Sorry, Shane, I have to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
We do line up on Star Trek, but not on pineapple on pizza. That is a sin. No one should do that. How dare you?
I actually like pineapple on pizza, but
damn it, Shane. Damn, this is over. I gotta go.
Pineapple and pepperoni's good.
Oh my God, you're an insane person.
I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Shane's the kind of guy that's like, I want instead of extra cheese, can I get less cheese, more sauce, extra pepperoni, extra pineapple? You're like,
you're shocked. That's right. That is right.
Yeah, we're not making a joke. Like I've had this order with you. I understand.
I need more sauce.
What's the point of less cheese, more sauce?
I like the sauce.
Okay. We're
obviously Brian and I don't line up on pizza.
So weird.
Anyways,
it's so weird.
Back to the weekly Terry. We're gonna ask Terry what his favorite pizza is next week, so you guys know. But seriously, so we'll see what happens. Do we have a couple more tweets, I think, from last week that we can pop up real quick?
Yeah, sure. Boss.
Don't boss me.
Let me find them for you because you didn't give them to me correctly.
Wait, real quick. Kenneth LaRoque, super chat, $5. Thank you, Ken. Shut up, Wesley.
Shut up, Wesley.
Thanks, Ken. Appreciate the support. I always eat pineapple on pizza, David Nunez says. Thank you, David. Thanks for backing me.
All right. What other tweet was it?
So there were a couple of them.
I only have that one in here.
That's about, yeah, it's because that's the only one I shared. Remember, I screwed up the other ones.
Oh,
So there's a couple more. There was one about music.
okay.
See if I can find it real quick. Here it is. I got it.
Okay.
So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to send it over to you. Boom. Inside the Weekly Terry.
Boom.
Pop that bad boy up because this is important. This was like a really good one that he gave out.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and open that and then play it.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's the TNG theme song.
Doesn't that give you chills, bro?
Yeah, he said this is some of the music from season 3 of Picard. That's the TNG theme song. Like, that's awesome.
It's them doing it.
I know it's awesome, but like,
yeah,
it's like anyone that thinks that this is not going to be a TNG, style, a continuation of that, like some kind of finality to that series, is nuts. Like the music is literally the theme song.
But I'm saying it's in a different style a little bit. It's active. True. It's something. It's a little piece of what's to come, and so it's something that we should be excited about. I was excited about it. Love hearing it. Jerry Goldsmith, man, awesome.
Yeah, I was so bummed in Picard season 2 when we found that music for the last episode and it had like the First Contact theme music playing, and you and I were like, okay, obviously the TNG crew is going to be teased at the end of season 2 because they have like the season 2, they have TNG Stinger music and the First Contact, which is the last time. Not the last time, but the best time we saw them in a movie. And it was perfect. But then they just played the music over him and his new crew at the bar. And you're like, why would you waste this? You just wasted it.
Yeah, I know. One more tweet here for you for the Weekly Terry. Now, let me tell you, this is why I think you can trust Terry Matalas. I know everybody's worried about Picard season 1 and 2, but this is why I think you can trust him. Besides the fact that Rob loves it. And I've talked to Terry, and I love his work on 12 Monkeys. If you look at this tweet, it'll tell you why you can trust Terry Matalas.
Okay. Here we go.
Terry Matalas says, one of my favorite Trek moments. And what I love about this is it's also one of my favorite Trek moments. Absolutely. The moment that Data is walking around the elderly Dr. McCoy. This is just before DeForest Kelley passed away. This allowed me to say TNG is okay. I loved TOS. I wasn't sure about this new series. There was a lot of bad news. There was a lot of people upset that this bald captain was going to take over for Kirk, and all of a sudden you see Bones walking around and you're like, oh, it's okay. They're together. They're in the same world. It like sent this message, right? And it was such a wonderful, it's one of my favorite moments. The moment with Scotty in one of the other episodes where he's stuck in the transporter.
Yeah, the buffer.
The buffer. These moments that connect them are wonderful. And just Terry shared that with us this week with everybody on Twitter. And, listen, somebody who loves Trek like this is got Trek's best interest at heart. And I think that we need to give him a chance for season 3 of Picard.
Yeah, and the line, she'll always bring you home is, just brilliant. It's like it's connecting this to, even though they're two separate ships that simply share the same name. That moment was showing them like, yeah, it's a separate ship, shares the same name, but it's the same feeling, the same, purpose, same universe. And yeah, you're right. It works.
Yeah. John Burns super chat. This is for you, Brian.
Brian hates pineapple on pizza, loves anchovies. I don't actually like anchovies on my pizza. I don't mind anchovies though by themselves.
Gross. Oh,
I don't mind them. Like I'm not like yo, I gotta get some anchovies. No, it's like, but like if there was an appetizer thing, like I've had smoked anchovies at a restaurant with like some kind of cream tartare sauce, and you're like, that's pretty good. But again, I'm not going out to the store looking for anchovies.
Yeah, I got you.
People think that anyone that likes anchovies or doesn't mind them is just an anchovy fan. Every time I say I don't mind anchovies, they're like, "Oh, you like anchovies?" I'm like, I'm not saying I love them. I don't mind them. The same way I don't
to me,
mind
it's
wheat bread. Like I don't mind it.
I see. To me, it's either a love or a hate thing. Like I can't imagine either loving it or hating it. So I think that's probably what people think about anchovies. Like you either gotta love them or you just can't. It's weird. It's fish.
I think I'm a moderate about most things because like I complain about pineapple on pizza, but I'll still eat it if that's all there is. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh no. Although, do not put mushrooms on pizza. Please don't add the texture of a mushroom to the texture of bread. It's the worst combination.
Agreed with that.
All right.
Kenneth LaRoque, what about when Scotty showed up and Dave Nunya, my favorite original Trek and TNG episode of Scotty? Yes, I mentioned that one. Those two, when Scotty came back and we got a whole episode with him, it was absolutely gorgeous. TOS people in TNG, we never got our Shatner moment, which was a bunch of garbage, but
yeah, we
never generations.
Yeah, and then they killed him under a struss or whatever. Like just the bridge collapsed. Oh, he died. I don't know. Like,
luckily, they made books that kept him alive. So that was good.
The books would. I love that movie, but I mean, I understand the criticism. I am in the Nexus. I must find a captain that will help me defeat Sauron, whatever his name was, right? And he gets Captain Kirk. You're like, oh, Captain Kirk, woo! Here we go, boys. Captain Kirk comes out, and like 5 minutes later, he's dead again. You're like, are you joking right now? Like that was, you need him for 5 minutes, and then just, and I don't understand how in that century someone's gonna die. Like if he's not instantly vaporized, I feel like you have a medical bay that can literally create organs from scratch. The guy had a little bridge land on him. I don't understand how he can't be fixed. I don't.
The plot required him to die.
It was so dumb. They should have had him like be vaporized or something like that, or explode in the explosion. Like I don't know.
Oh, that would have been good. Can't bring him back.
Anyways,
that was your weekly Terry. Stay tuned for next week, and we will have more Terry Matalas news.
Hit the subscribe button on the way to the comment section and let us know what would you like to ask Terry next week. If you comment soon enough, we will try to forward those questions on to Terry, and we'll see what he says.